Let's enjoy for the last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open your eyes. You feel relaxing now?
Yes.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoy for today's meeting. That's all from me. Thank you. So I would like to invite President to come over to his stage.
Thank you, ASA. I think you did a great job being a very strict ASA today. Can we have a round of applause to him? So welcome to our Toastmaster meeting. Okay, hold on. So we have few new guests here. So can we have them? Can we welcome them first? Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Robert Ram from Phoenix Toastmasters. Today I'm serving you as one of the event leaders. Thank you.
And Alicia is here.
I'm very regular. Okay, this is Alicia Day. I'm also from Phoenix Toastmasters Club and Shakti Toastmasters Club.
And our general evaluator.
Hello everyone, my name is Casey. I'm from Metals Toastmasters Club. I'm the region past president. Thank you for inviting me. General
Great. Happy to have you here. And we also have another guest, Hubert, but he's not around here. Maybe later he'll introduce himself. So, as all of us know that today's theme is Deepavali. So you all enjoyed the food today?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, our theme today is Deepavali. What does Deepavali mean?
You know, festival or what?
Holiday.
Holiday, yeah. So everyone have a different meaning. But Deepavali means light. So lighting the lamp is actually a chance to remember the myths to remember even in the dark that there will be a light. The light will illuminate and prevent, and the knowledge will defend the ignorance. Compassion will triumph the forward. Deepavali also reminds that we must each do our part to achieve victory by dedicating ourselves to support each other. If we firm to commit ourselves to try to lift each other, then together we will continue moving closer to the brighter future that we all seek for. So let's talk about Toastmaster. Toastmaster is a place where many of us have lightened up ourselves by seeking for the personal growth in life or career, and also in terms of seeking for life partner. Yes. So in a battle of fear versus confidence, when you want to speak in front and come for a table topic session, and also in a battle between procrastinating and also dedicating your time to prepare your speeches, and the battle between negative thoughts in yourself to come in front and versus positive mindset. We struggle at first, but however, with the right moment, right time, and also the energy that you put in, not to forget all the mentors that we have, for example, like Sukwa and many more mentors here, we always find the victory in Toastmasters. So dear Toastmasters, what I'd like to say is, in conjunction with Deepavali, always remember that we all have the light in ourselves. So just remember to lighten up your light inside and bloom gloriously. With that, I will hand over this meeting to our handsome and blooming Toastmaster of the day, Mahendra.
Thank you, Ms. Vidya, for the introduction. Well, it's my privilege, my pleasure to serve you as the Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. And being a Toastmaster of the day is our duty to brief you about the Toastmaster International history. Let me go roughly. Toastmaster International has been first founder of Toastmasters is Ram Sisman. He founded this Toastmasters in October 22nd, 1924, and with the purpose to help people to improve their communication and leadership, and also public speaking as well. Well, today's meeting we're going to have 3 sessions. First is start off with the table topic session, next is project pictures, and the last is evaluation and feedback. The agenda, there's only one change here. The up counter forward will be replaced by Satyana. That's the only change. Other than that, there's no any changes to the agenda. Okay. Now it's time to introduce our role players. Okay. First, I'd like to start off with up counter.
I replace women. My duty as an art counter is to note words and sounds used as a discharge or for failure by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjunction such as and, where, but, so, you know. Sound may be difficult word or phrase such as I, or this means. Those sounds and phrases can be annoying to the listeners and at the same time decreasing the value of the speech. Therefore, the art counter note those words and phrases in order to help the speaker aware of them and minimize the use of those words and phrases in the future.
Thank you, Sabrina. Next, I'd like to move on to Emily. Emily, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Grammarian Lee, Chloe Chong. My duty is to introduce the words to new members and to comment on the use of English during the meeting. Word of the day is illuminate. To light something up or to explain something so that it is clear. For example, fireworks illuminate the Eiffel Tower in Paris during Bastille Day celebrations. Second, horses have significantly lower cancer rates than humans. Scientists hope cloning will eliminate the difference and provide research clues. Everyone is encouraged to use word of the day. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to invite our timekeeper to introduce himself. So,
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mr. Saw. I'm today's timekeeper. My role is to help ensure that the meeting runs according to schedule and keep track of time for each segment of the meeting. Thank you.
thank you so much. Now, I'd like to invite our GVG, Mr. K.C. Tan, is our immediate past president of Apple Mentor Toastmaster Club.
Alright, thank you for the introduction. Toastmaster afternoon. Alright, the role for me today is to evaluate everything that takes place during the club meeting. In addition, I will conduct the evaluation portion of the meeting and responsible for the evaluation team. I will be assisted by the art counter, the grammarian and the timer, and the speech evaluators and data topics evaluator. I hope I will get to eliminate by this meeting by the people, wonderful people in this meeting. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, our today's theme is Deepavali. So, what does it mean by Deepavali? Let me tell you a small story. Once upon a time, there was a person called Narakasura. He was a person we call as a demon. He was very strong, unbeatable, and because of his power, he tried to take advantage of people. He go and kidnap people, even he put all the kings on those days into his prison, let them live in the dark. So one fine day, his attention turned toward a place in heaven. It's called Indrapura. The king of that heaven is King Indra. So his attention is he want to get that Indrapura. So he wanted to go against them, want to fight with them. King Indra knows that Because he can't read Malayalam fluently. So to save him, he escaped from that place. But eventually, all those people in that Indrapura has been beaten and put in prison by the Narakasura. The helpless King Indra, when he meets someone, do you guys know who he meets?
Mahendra.
I'll tell the story after the table topic. Now, let's move on to our table topic session. Today, I would like to invite our table topic master, Michael Chan.
Michael Jackson.
Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good afternoon. Do you agree that table topic session is always the most exciting sessions to begin with?
Yes.
Because it sounds like
Yeah.
it's the most exciting sessions to begin with. Why? Because table topic session is always the session that make you think on your feet and just to say something in 2 minutes. Agree? Okay.
Yeah.
So as a total table topic masters, I'm going to give you a topic and you have to actually answer it or give a speech in 2 minutes. So with the help with timekeeper, in order for you to deliver that speech, you have to be given at least a speech of 1 minute. So when the speech is under 1 minute marks, timekeeper please light up the green lights. Yes. 1 minute and 30 seconds with the amber lights and 2 minutes with the red lights. Okay. So you are encouraged to use the word of the day throughout your speech. Okay. So today, because it is a very special theme that we have, I will conduct the table topic in a very different way. Okay. So I'm going to brief you how it works. I have 4 topics here, 4 pieces of papers here. There's numbers indicating the number of words of the topic that I give you. Okay. Correct. So you have 5 words, 3 words, 8 words, 7 words. Is it a statement or sentence? Or it could be questions. And these questions can relate or may not relate to the theme of the day. Okay.
So easier.
So what's going to happen is that you're going to pick a topic based on the numbers given there, and you're going to choose in between the number, let's say for example 5, 1 to 5, you pick one number, 1 to 5, I'm going to give you that particular words in that positions. And after you deliver your speech, only I'll tell you the topic. Okay. So it's very challenging.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Let's do it. For example, the topic is about I love you. So it's 3 words, right? So I ask you to come over. Okay, you pick the questions number 3, I love you. So you pick the number between 1 to 3. Let's say you pick number 2 for this particular number. So it's a word. It's a topic that has 3 words in that particular sentence. I love you. So you pick 1 to 3. You pick number 2. Means I only give you the words called love.
Oh.
Okay. So you have to deliver the speech. After the speech, only I tell you the topic, which is actually I love you. Very simple.
So complicated. Okay,
You want to say?
I know.
Yes, you want to say. Lisa. No. I said it may or may not relate to the theme of the day.
7 is my lucky number.
7. Oh, okay. Number 7. Okay, so pick a number between 1 to 7.
1 to 7 now. 5
The word on the position number 5 is over. O-V-E-R. Okay, Alicia. Over. Alicia.
I am overwhelmed by this kind of table topic method. First time. How I need to come up with a story that is to do with over. Can I be over now? No. I come in this morning, as I come over to IJM, I have a lot of things in my mind. Because it's nothing to do with Toastmaster, has to do with my work. Because I'm building a new business. It's kind of web-based business. I have an IT partner. He is now looking on building that website, and I'm working on the content of the website. That's why it's a lot of things on my mind nowadays. But I still respect the meeting of Toastmaster. When I come to Toastmaster, and when as the meeting starts, I immediately empty my mind. But now, because of this topic, I need to bring back that thought because I have nothing else to say, and this is for real. As I drive over here, I was thinking a lot of things, all these things. And now, its time is not over yet. I still need to continue speaking. Okay, I have the green light over. Then I will pass over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Lucia. Okay, the topic, I'm going to announce the topic. The topic is actually the goods always prevail over evils.
Okay.
Agree? It's a question.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we need the next volunteer or next challenger to come first.
I think this is too broad. One word is too broad. Cannot make any sense. You need to give more.
Yes.
Give two words.
I think if you ask me, shorter is better.
Ask two
Wait,
words. 2 words.
2 words, ah?
Yeah.
Wait.
1 word is like.
Get. Okay. 1 between 1 to 5. Darkness.
Oh. Then can.
This is stupid.
Darkness. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, in line with Deepavali, which is the theme for today, as you know that it is a festival of lights, and it is a festival where a demon, which was brought up just now by our Toastmaster of the day, was slaughtered. So it's actually a celebration of darkness over light, or is it light over darkness? Whatever. At one time there was darkness. DNB was not functioning. There was darkness. Okay? And then somebody came and said, "Let there be light." And there was light. So that is what Deepavali is all about, ladies and gentlemen. The deeper story about that is later Toastmaster of the day will explain in part 2 about how Rama stood in front of Ravana and said, "It's over." And Ravana said, "It ain't over until it's over." And Rama took out his sword and slaughtered Ravana, and it was over. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is my take on the topic of darkness. Deepavali is a celebration of lights, or the celebration of victory of darkness over light. Back to you.
Thank you, Robert.
This topic is actually there is light in darkness.
Very relevant to that.
Okay, very related to that. Okay, the third challengers. Anyone? Liu, okay, come. Which one you want to choose? 3 or 8? 3, yeah. 3, okay. Between 1 to 3. Second, wow, that's the hardest one also. On, or Or. Okay, Liu. Or. Okay, how I'm going to relate this, or maybe it's totally not relevant to the topic of the day, or I'm going to relate for girlfriend, family, or work. So, since I'm working here for almost, I think, 15 months, I realized that initially my initial stand is that family and girlfriend is always more important than work, right? However, after I worked for maybe 15 months, I realized that now work is already overweight family and girlfriend. Why I'm going to say so because that most of my time spent is on work. Every time, every day, every moment is focusing on work. Even my weekend, I want to spend my weekend, relax, call my family for a chat. Even though I don't have any time to allocate the spare time for them, I feel regret why I'm so weak. I can't finish my work in time.
every day have to do OT, 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 and OT. Why I'm mentioning OT is overtime. But for me, OT actually overkill. Why? Because OT destroys a lot of your free time. So now, I want to choose whether I want to pick girlfriend, family, or work. So I would like to ask all of us here, especially Winston, what you will pick? Either family, girlfriend, or work? For sure. I know Winston will pick family and girlfriend. But for me, all of us here, they will pick family and girlfriend as well. But sometimes we don't have any choice. We have to admit that work play a significant role in our life. We need to achieve our goals. By doing that, we need to focus more on our work. Meanwhile, don't neglect our family and girlfriend. So stay a balance between both of them. Then for sure, I guarantee you, you can achieve a very balanced life. That's all from me. Thank you. Thank you.
Everyone play on the speech. The speech title is actually Muruku or Chakli. So only you have to ask Winston again whether it's Muruku or Chakli or girlfriend or okay. Okay, last one. Do you still have time? Timekeeper, do you still have time?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, last one. Last chance. Okay. Anyone want to challenge? Anyone want to challenge? Anyone want to try? Come. Okay. I think based on Alicia's feedback, I think probably we give two words. Two words because this is actually 8 words. This topic itself. I give you choose between 1 to 8, 2 numbers. I'll give you the the last two. Wow, the hardest one.
Then you pick for her.
The last two is and why. And why? Okay, Nathan. And why?
Not about anything. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, why?
Did you get this one?
Yeah, can continue the topic just now, girlfriend, family. And why we choose family or girlfriend rather than work, or work rather than family or girlfriend. So for me, choose work rather than family and work because as a family members, as like fathers or an important role in the family, we don't have a choice. We need to come up with a society to earn the money, to maybe have after married, you have a wife, you have a child, and then you give money to your family. So you not have enough money to spend with your family, but in others way, you give in the another support. I mean, you give a financially support to them, and this is only ways. Other than that, love that we give maybe have many ways, but the financial support is the most important. Without financial support, life cannot continue. As I say. And then if for some, and then you choose girlfriend and families rather than works, because maybe they have already some financial support for a family, and then they have a more freedom time, more freedom time because they maybe do their business they own, and then they have some more time to spend with their family. That's all for me. Thank you.
The topic is actually who is your secret Bollywood crush and why? Okay, so okay, probably I just want to explain why I conduct this table topic in such manner. I believe in fact 2 years back, Ricky so actually came to IJM Toastmaster Club to conduct a table topic kind of trainings, and because I was supposed to tackle the contest. I think one piece that is given is that if you don't understand the topic, you could just pick the word in the sentence of that topic. You can probably elaborate on that. And I clearly in my mind, I remember that the topic given during the contest is the hardest that I ever got today.
which I also don't understand until today. What's the question is about? But it's something to do with idiots. Who are idiots? So if you just elaborate on the words, it's probably can get something. So this is just to share with you probably one technique that you can tackle table topic. Yeah. So I'll just pass the stage back to our table top main topic of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for conducting the table topic session, which in a very interesting way. Give a round of applause to him. And now time to vote for the best table topic. So please go to the slide. The password is IJM ENC.
Or just click the direct link that you will do.
Yeah, now put the advanced of the advanced. We need to do that. How to do it? You can teach me.
Now let's continue back the story. I left where the Lord Indra went to meet someone, right?
Yeah, who's that someone?
So he went to meet another person called Krishna, Lord Krishna. He go and tell him all his problems, and he will tell him that his mom has been consulted by Karakasura. Yeah. So Lord Krishna became so angry, and that's where the battle, the war against Narakasura and King Lord Krishna happened. During the battle, Lord Krishna threw an arrow toward the Narakasura and hit on the Narakasura's chest, and he immediately collapsed. Before he died, he did something to Lord Krishna. Guess what anything?
You will say next.
So I'll tell after the body speeches.
Is it good?
Great.
After the project speech.
Now we shall move on to our body speeches. Today we have three speakers. The first speaker is Chloe Chong. She is going to do a dynamic party leadership, and the topic is Deepavali.
Oh, okay.
Let's welcome Chloe Chong. Chloe Chong, Deepavali, Chloe Chong.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
Today, my topic is Diwali in conjunction with the theme of the day, Deepavali. Why do I choose this topic? Wanna come? It is a hello in Tamil. Okay, first of all, before I start, I would like to ask all of the audience here, when you talk of Deepavali, what first came into your mind?
Okay.
Food.
Indian.
Nice.
Indian. Sorry.
Mahindra.
Open house.
Thank you for all the answers. I may touch some of what you all said just now or may not. So stay tuned to what I'm going to present today. Diwali. Why do I say Diwali as my topic of the as the title of my topic today? Is because Diwali actually breaks down from Deepavali. Deepavali, for all of you know, is known as the festivals of light. But when Deepavali, this word breaks down, it actually means rows of clay lamps. Rose apple and clay lamps means Deepa. So from these two words, it joins into Deepavali, which means festival of light, and is also symbolizing the victory of light over the darkness. This is a very general
start on what actually Deepavali is. Deepavali actually celebrated by most of the Hindu all around the world, but for your information, it is also celebrated by Saints, Sikhs, and also some of the Buddhists in the world. It is a very important festival celebrated by them, which is ongoing for 5 days. So how the 5 days actually breaks down? We have 1 day for the public holiday, as all of you have, and that day is actually their first actual day of the celebration, which is actually the 3rd, 4th, 5th day. The first day, they actually clean their home. They also shop for golds. For them, gold is something auspicious and also some purification. The more jewels they have, the more wealthy they are. They also save and buy the golds for their spiritual and ritual purposes. Next, they will follow on with decoration, the home with the clay of lamps, to show off the row of lights that all of you see, and also the column that you all see. So further on, I'm going to touch on. When you see this picture, you may ask me, what is this about? I would like to share a story to all of you. What actually Deepavali is. I know Mahindran said something just now, but after I read through a lot of articles on Deepavali, we actually joined by many methodologies, and the one I'm going to share will not be the same as what my mentor shared just now. So this one is actually a short story on what actually Deepavali is, so that when next time anyone asks you, even though you don't know what Deepavali is, you can just tell them a short brief story on what Deepavali is. This guy is actually known as Rama, and this guy is actually known as Ravana. Rama to them is a very good guy, and Ravana to them is a terrifying civilian in the Hindu methodology. What actually happened is, one day Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife known as Sita. Both Rama and Sita is a very lovely couple that live in a forest. And one day when Ravana came, he kidnapped Rama's wife Sita to Lanka. And this is when the war started, when Rama wants to chase back his wife. So he took his loyal devotee known as Hanuman to persuade a fight and managed to serve his beloved wife and killed Ravana and burned Lanka into the ground. When they returned from the war, the whole village people actually celebrate their victories with a rose of light. You can imagine this is the rose of light when they come in, like how you all see the Bollywood stars when they come back, when they return. And this symbolizes the fight, and the light symbolizes that they actually celebrate the victory of how Rama saved his wife from these bad villains in the Hindu methodology. And this is the brief history on what actually Deepavali is. So to make all of you clear, this is actually my story, Rama versus Ravana. Next, I'm going to move on the favorite things that all of you would like to hear, food choices of Deepavali. There are many food choices like muruku, sweets, ladu, but I'm just going to summarize 2 examples, which is muruku. Muruku is actually a savory and crunchy snacks. It is very popular in southern India and also Sri Lanka. It is made from rice, flour, and urang dal flour. I'm sorry I couldn't bring any muruku today, but do drop by any Indian shop later, because since Deepavali is around the corner, you can try what actually muruku is. Another thing is actually this thing, which is actually known as barfi. I found it interesting because is shaped like a mini slope, or we say a diamond. And it actually has many toppings such as coconuts, almonds, dry fruit, and pistachio as the ingredient. So with this, you can enjoy actually many foods from in Indians culture. There are also sweets that we actually let they actually have it for them to have their sweetness, and also different kinds of cereals they have. Last but not least will be the one you see every day when you went to the mall when the celebration day is around the corner, which is Rangoli or Kolam. It's actually an art portrait, an act of charity encouraged Hindu, and is also made by colored sand or dry flour, such as vermilion and turmeric. It is also an advent of artificial coloring, and normally Indians will put this at the epicenter of their home because they wish to welcome the goddess of prosperity, Lakshmi. All in all, these are some of the histories and also facts that I found interesting when I think of Deepavali. And I wish to end my topic with Nandri. Thank you.
Thank you, Kogi Cho, for the wonderful speech. Luckily, you didn't give the story that I'm going to tell. That's it. Okay, next, we would like to move on to our next speaker. I would like to introduce the next speaker. She's almost going to complete her level 5 in pathway motivational strategy. And she will be briefing us on a team building event that she planned to do. Let's welcome Madhu. With the speech title, A Speak a Good Night. A Speak Good Night, Madhu.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
I'm going to start my speech today by asking you a question, as usual. Do you guys know what TEAM stands for? Yes, you do. Let's say it together with me. Together, everyone annoys me. No. Team is a group of people who come together to accomplish common goals, and this includes collective suffering. Now, we have decided to come up with an event, and along with Satu Hadi Toastmasters Club, we will be conducting a joint meeting themed Speakable Halloween Night that will be happening next week, Thursday, 31st October 2019, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. here in Wisma IJM. Right. So we have decided to start the meeting with a special session, and this special session is to bring the members of the two clubs together. We'll be conducting a game session, and then it will be followed by the meeting as usual. Now the meeting will have an invocation speech by Christopher Chong, followed by table topic with Halloween themed topics, and then we will have project speeches, evaluation, and so on. Last but not least, we will also have a Best Dressed Award, where every participant is encouraged to come in their best, scariest, spookiest attire. Apart from that, we will have light dinner because we believe that food brings us together. And as a conclusion, we hope that this event next week will bring these two clubs to new levels of growth and achievement. So I hope to see all of you there next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu, for the speech. Next, we shall move on with the third speaker. She is doing a motivation strategy pathway. And now she's going to do an electric project, team building, with the title Entrepreneurship Program Grand Finale. To share with you, Sukwa is one of our IJM team building members. So a few months ago, she started to do this entrepreneurship program, and one of the participants. I learned a lot of lessons from them, the way of thinking about innovative, all this. So last Friday, we had a grand finale. We presented this to the Deputy CEO of IJM. So now let's hear more on this from Sukwa. Let's invite her. Entrepreneurship Program Grand Finale, Sukwa. Sukwa, Entrepreneurship Program Grand Finale.
Thank you very much, TMC Mahindran. So this is another team building event that I have organized since July 2019. It's called the IJM Intrapreneurship Organization Program, which I have presented before the program commenced. So today I will share with you what we have gone through during these 3 months and also what I have learned through organizing this team building program. So first, I would like to share, this is the mission and objectives that I've set earlier, which basically is to instill entrepreneurial traits among our employees. Some of you might not have heard of what is entrepreneurship. So basically, entrepreneurship is people or IJMers that act like entrepreneurs within the organization to come up with business ideas that can help to enhance our company's business value. So they are acting for the interest of the company. And basically, I would not tell you whether we have achieved this vision or objective or not, because I believe this is something that is a long-term effort. So it requires time in order for us to see the results. So I would like to share with you some of the photos to show that this program has happened. So first of all, we have a total of 15 registered participants in the beginning, and 10 of them actually successfully completed all the 7 sessions. So I would say that this is a 7 sessions event, and also they attended 20 plus hours of the program, and also they have contributed 5 ideas individually. Means each five of the teams, they have 1 idea. And next, this is the first session. Session 1 is conducted on the 26th of July 2019, and throughout the program, I've invited various Toastmasters based on my networking in order for them to help to contribute some of their ideas in this program. So first session, we have invited Srinivas, an entrepreneur himself, to share about his journey as an entrepreneur. And also we let the participants to go through the self-discovery session, as well as we form the team up based on their choice. And next, you can see that these are some of the posters that is done by teams. So we have 5 teams. For example, the first team, Eco City. This is Mellow Cool. And we have Mavic Solutions, Crops, and even Lead Services. These are just a sample of the posters that they have done by all the respective teams. And next, after the teams are formed up, they need to work on certain ideas. They need to ideate based on the business challenge that they have selected. So we have started by introducing one of the business tools called design thinking. How many of you have heard of design thinking? Maybe only one of you, but this guy, you might not be a stranger for you. So I've invited Tay Wiki to actually conduct the design thinking session, and he has conducted 2 of the sessions to introduce how to go through all the process in the design thinking. And next, session 4 is a business model canvas session, which is conducted by another Toastmaster called Ricky Su. So he shared with us how they can actually validate their idea and how to really determine what is the value proposition for their respective ideas. So this is the session that they have gone through, that they can finalize their ideas. And next one, session 5. Session 5, after they have their business ideas, we will need to let them know how to calculate the financial part. So we have cash flow projections topic conducted by our in-house IJM corporate finance team, as well as our microchart to conduct about investor pitching techniques on how to pitch the ideas to the potential investors in just 2 minutes. So he presented the session on the techniques. And last but not least, actually it's 2 weeks before the grand finale, session 7. So we have this one last session for them to finalize their slides presentation. And myself, I have shared with them some of the tips on effective presentation skills, because not all of them are from Toastmasters, so they might not have that kind of public speaking kind of experience. So we need to introduce them, and also how to design their slides in a way that it can attract the audience to view. And lastly is the dry run for all of them. And of course, the grand finale, we invite all IJMers, it's open to anyone, to come for the event to listen to their teaching presentations. So we have about 20 plus non-participants, which is IJMers, to come and to participate in the event. And also at the end of the session, after their presentation, we let them have the chance to invest in the teams. So then we will determine which team will win based on the amount of money that they get. Okay. So these are those who have attended on the day, the grand finale session. And last, what are the lessons that I've learned? So basically, there are 4 main lessons that I will share with you today. First is, of course, teamwork. This is the team building event, I would say. Not only it enhanced my leadership skill, but also based on the 5 teams, I believe all the teams, they have also learned how to work with each other. Because some of the teams, I realized they are from different locations. Means some they are based at site, some they are based at HQ. So how these people from various locations, they need to meet each other in order to work on the business challenge that they get. So I think the teamwork is very important, as they need to respect the differences between them and also respect each other's time in working in such a short time. And the next one is be open. And for myself, I think no matter whether it's a participant or myself, we need to be open in accepting criticism. Innovation and entrepreneurship is something that is new in IJM. So many people might be skeptical, hey, what are you doing? Are you sure you will have participants to come to your event? So we always listen to people's feedback, especially the more senior managers, to get what are their feedbacks on how we can promote in this event. So we need to be open for criticism as well as accepting feedback. And next one is motivate. In my pathway motivational strategies, I think this is also very important element in the program, as we need to motivate the teams to work on their business ideas. The program is held in a 2 weeks gap interval, so sometimes the engine after the session is like, it will be very high, but after 1 week it will go down again, and then it will go down. So we need to always follow up with them in order to make sure they follow up with the momentum. And lastly is ideate. Ideate is something that is new for some of us, but I believe after going through this program, every one of us here has the capability to ideate and contribute new things, no matter is it in our career or even in our personal life. So with the right business tools and environment, every one of us is able to contribute creative and innovative ideas. So all in all, it's a very amazing experience, and we gain quite a very positive feedback from many people. That is why we are having a session 2 early next year. For those who have joined the program, share with your partners, and hopefully more people can come on board to this program and also make IJM a better place to work in and also to learn. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for sharing the experience about the IO program. Now we shall vote for the best speaker. Please go to the IO website again.
I don't have it. Okay, can you refresh now?
Yeah, can refresh. Thank you, everyone. Now, I stop the story again. Start back. At the moment that Krishna killed Narakasura, before he died, Narakasura tell Krishna that before he died, what he said that on his death, if you want anyone to mourn for you, he realized his mistake. So he told Krishna, we want everyone to celebrate his death. So that's where the lights, from the darkness, they bring up lights. All the people started to live happily after the Narakasura's death. That's how we celebrate Deepavali. And there are many stories when it comes to North India and South India. That's why our colleague Joe will share another story. But overall, the moral of the story is a victory of dark against light. Against light, or against light, yeah. So, with that, now we shall move on to the next session, which is general evaluation session. Now I would like to invite our general evaluator, Mr. Casey Tan, for the general evaluation. Please give a round of applause.
Thank you, TME Mahendran.
Thanks, Deepa.
Yeah, I come with the right team, with the power team. Didn't he did a good job?
Yeah.
Give a round of applause. Now, this is a session general evaluation for all the speakers who have come out to give their speech, and it's a time for us to give feedback to them. I personally always like Toastmaster evaluation session. Why? Because this is the time where we can give feedback, and that's when members are here to learn from the feedback. So in evaluation, we know that our words are very important to the speaker because our words is power, right? Our words has power, and our words could be the power to the speaker, and whatever you are going to say, giving them their feedback is going to impact them, and the impact to their life is very important. That's why I always like this session, and for now, as the first evaluator, may I invite our table topics evaluator, Siu Chi Choi.
Hello, Toastmaster. Very good afternoon to all of you. I'm pleased to announce the table topic evaluation report for the few table topic speakers. First speaker, Alicia Tay. She spoke confidently with great clarity, demonstrated good command of English language as, for example, good vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. And she shared her story, the thoughts which arises in her mind on the way to IJM to attend a meeting sincerely and honestly. So suggestion for improvement, perhaps she could use more hand gestures to express the idea better. Our second speaker, Mr. Robert, his speech was well structured, comprises of introduction, body, and conclusion. He spoke confidently with great clarity, demonstrated good command of English language, example, good vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. He had good knowledge of reason for Deepavali celebration, and he injected humor in his speech. Example, how TMC personnel fix up power breakdown or blackout. Suggestion for improvement, perhaps he can demonstrated more hand gesture to express his ideas better. The first speaker, Mr. Liu, his speech was well structured, comprises of introduction, body, and content. He spoke confidently with great clarity. He demonstrated good command of English language, example, good vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. As a conclusion, he gave us good advice that we must strive to have a balanced lifestyle. We balance out the time we spend on our work and also time for our family. Suggestion for improvement, perhaps he should use more hand gesture to express his ideas better. Final speaker was Mayfen. Her speech was well structured. She spoke confidently and clearly. She demonstrated good command of English language, good vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. Suggestion for improvement, perhaps she should improve her eye contact with audiences. She should have more hand gesture to express the idea better. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. It's really a challenging role here for table topics evaluator because in a very short time we managed to evaluate 4 speakers. Give a round of applause to me. Still give a very detailed evaluation to each speaker. Each of them he will give some good points and some improving points for them. If I may suggest you, try to avoid using the word you should. Yeah, when you give suggestion to the speaker, because you should tends to make them feel that he should follow your way. Our next evaluator for the first speaker, which is Claude Chow. May I welcome DL4 Cuban from Met Postmasters Club.
Thank you, Coach, for illuminating me with the knowledge about Deepavali. Now, for your presentation, I would say you had very well preparation in terms of technical tools. Because most of the time when we see speakers, they come up and then they face some technical difficulties and the audience are waiting, but you were actually well prepared in terms of the slides and projectors. So it was well done on that. On top of that, your slides usage, most of the time in meetings or any presentation, we see a lot of slides with lots of words. But with your slides, you actually use pictures, and pictures tells 1,000 words. So it was good on that area. What I may suggest that you could improve on is, I realized you were using notes. So from a speaker point of view, you're kind of like, you have to deliver a speech, you have to refer to your notes, and you have to refer to the slides from time to time. My suggestion would be, instead of using notes, maybe you use those pictures to help you gauge your memory on your speech, rather than you reading from notes. Secondly, I believe you might have too many points. You started with, you explain what is Diwali, and then the Rama versus Ravana story, to the snacks, and then to the cola. So for me as an audience, I'm kind of struggling to remember your points. I was still stuck at the snacks area when you were explaining cola. So yeah, the last point didn't get to me. So my suggestion would be perhaps to use 2 or 3 points because your speech is around 5 to 7 minutes. Yeah. Incorporating too many points might confuse the audience and might not get your message across. Lastly is, the second last is perhaps you can want to use your laser pointer, because just now on the photo with the snacks, I was wondering, you mentioned 2 snacks. I only remember the muruku, and I was wondering what are the other snacks about? Are those Deepavali snacks as well, or maybe you want to point on the snacks that you mentioned so that we can understand better. And lastly is in terms of stage usage. Now you might realize just now so far when she was speaking, focusing on the speech, she stands here, and when she wants to point to the slide, she stands towards the back. So this way of standing is actually telling the audience that when you are standing here, you want your audience to focus on your slide. And when you are standing at the center, you want your audience to focus on you. So this is some of the stage usage technique that you may want to use. So in conclusion, you had very good preparation in terms of technical. You had very nice slides with less words, which tells with more pictures. And perhaps you want to work on is use slides instead of using handles, not to put in too many points. Use your laser pointer and also your stage usage. This is back to you, Mr. Jeremy.
Thank you, DL, for Hubert. Hubert, I like the way you give evaluation to Chloe. It's very constructive with the example and keys for improvement. I like the way you give how you feel, what you notice, and what you heard. All these are personal opinion, and that makes the speaker really feel that you listen to her speech. I also like the way you do not judge her speech, the speaker. You really evaluate on the speech. Because when you do not define the speaker, you actually define yourself by not judging. Thank you very much, Gilbert. And may I invite the next evaluator for Mathura, and her evaluator is Alicia.
Mathura, in terms of delivery, I have really nothing much to say. It's just the good things. You are so lively, so energetic as usual. You started with big teamwork, and you explained that you also have told us the activity you have chosen, all those things. The good thing is you actually have published the poster. When you mentioned that, I remember that I've seen the poster, so it speaks it all, right? Very good. Your body gesture, your movement, everything is so good. In terms of your speech, I find that two things are missing. I just opened my computer, quickly read through the manual. I could not see that in the evaluation form. In fact, in the manual, it said in your introduction speech, the first bit, you should cover three things. You should set the goal, choose your activities, and meet your team. I mean, you should display your team, the structure of your team. Sorry, I used the word soon, but that is in the manual. You certainly on the second objective, choose your activity, you explain so well. I have no question on that. Then I ask, what is setting goal? To me, setting goal is you have to be like, it's a kind of a number, something that you can relate to. I would kind of suggest maybe you set a target on how many attendance. 50 attendance, join clubs, activities. So this one can be your goal, because at the end you need to gauge, you need to measure if this is successful, you have made your goal or not. This could be one suggestion. To meet your team, yes, I would suggest that you just create a very simple diagram, a team. Now we are co-team, you have a co-team, what do we call it, co-chair person. That you can still keep a very simple structured team organization, right, structure. Of course, you have a good message. You said your message is to bring these two clubs to a new level. That was a very good, but this is not the goal. This is your expectation, your message, your purpose, your objective. The goal is something tangible, measurable. Okay. With this, overall you did well. I enjoy your speech. Just that probably I suggest you have to go through your manual and really find out all the adjectives for your speech. It is effective.
Thank you very much. DPM Alicia. I hope, Sarah, you got a very good feedback from her. Because I noticed that Alicia gave a very good suggestion on setting goals for this team building event. Because from goals, we know where we are along the line when we do this event. And finally, by the time you do your second speech, you can proudly present and tell them, this is my goal and this is how I have achieved. Isn't that good? And I like Alicia, by the time she ended her evaluation, she actually motivated you back by giving some motivation. Thank you very much. Give a round. Finally, we have the evaluation for speaker from Sokwa, and let us welcome DPM Robert Ram from Phoenix Toastmasters.
Now, this is the end result of the entrepreneurship program conducted by Fong Suk Hua from July until now, and she's delivering her report on it. Among some of the strengths that I noticed in your speeches, the slides were very well prepared, and that is a hallmark of somebody who took her job seriously. She displayed a lot of initiative. The delivery was also very smooth, which means she had rehearsed this numerous times before coming on stage, and she knew very well that she's supposed to stand here, so she doesn't block everyone. It did not block me, so everything choreographed very well. Now, the other thing I appreciate about the program that you did is you added value to your team members by putting them in the limelight. Now, you see their pictures. I'm sure your senior management would also know them by names by now. So they also have got the chance to come up in the corporate ladder in your organization thanks to your program. On top of that, you added further value to them by getting external consultants to teach them different types of skills which can help them in their life, whether it's in this company or their own business. So thank you for all these good things that you have done. Give a big round of applause. Now, I've got a few questions here that if you had answered, it would have convinced me further that this program was beneficial to you as well as your team members. And these are some brutally hard questions that I would ask. All right? The first question is, what did you realize about your leadership style as a result of conducting this program? And how has your leadership style changed, if it has, before and after the program? That would have been a soul-searching thing, right? How did you manage conflict, if there was conflict in your team? Okay. The other question is, why did some of the members drop out throughout the program? What was going on in their mind? Okay, that would have been a very good feedback for you. And the other question is, how did the members feel that they had personally benefited as a result of joining you on this? What did the members feel about their personal benefit? Okay. And the final question that I would ask is, what did the management of this organization feel about those business ideas that were generated? What happened to those business ideas? What did the senior management say? So if you had answered all these questions, I would have felt more convinced that this program was really beneficial to you and your team members. Okay? So in summary, I appreciate the fact that you have gone through this program and you have, in my personal opinion, added value to your team members, and you took the initiative to do a very good job in the presentation. If you had answered these questions that I just asked, I would have felt more convinced. Back to you.
Oh, very well, constructive feedback to so far. I hope this is going to be beneficial to your work. Robert, I felt that you really give a very detailed evaluation to so far. You listen and you actually take note of the whole project content before you give your feedback. And that is really, really beneficial to the speaker. Thank you very much, Robert. Give a round of applause to him. With that, I have end my session for the evaluation to the speakers, but I do have a second session, which is the technical evaluator. May I invite the art counter to come up and present a report, and Ina.
My report from our counter, ASAA Yudhya, no consider, Mahindran to a 4 so, total of 6, Vidya no consider, Michael Cheng, a 5, 1 year, and so 2, total of 8, Alicia, there is no consider, congratulations. Robert,
So difficult.
I always remember Robert.
Kiyosaki.
One and love one, total of 2. Using here, this is a speaker and the topic, but 4 so, total of 4. Maple, got 8, total of 8. Siu Chi Choi, 2 Growing Cho, total of 2. Growing Cho, 2 so 4, and N 3, total of 9. Madura, 1 N, total of 1. Sokwa, 4 so, total of 4. Hubert, 1 year, 2 so, total of 4. Robert, 8. 2 N, total of 2. Tan Pok Chung, 1 so, total of 3. The rest, Grandparent and Simon, I haven't heard yet anything. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a tough job to do because as an art counter, you need to have a very good attention throughout the meeting. This is actually practicing our active listening skill. And thank you very much for being so actively listening to all the speakers here. Give her a round of applause. The next one, may I invite the grammarian, Chloe Chong, to give her grammarian report.
For the word of the day in a minute, I would like to appreciate Vidya and Cassie Tan use once. Let's give them a round of applause. So there were the only 2 use the word of the day. The good usage of English, Vidya, lighting the lamp, even in the dark, there will be a light. To support each other, moving closer to the goal. Find the victory in Toastmasters. For Alicia Day, empty the mind. For Robert Ram, Festival of Light, Deepavali is a celebration of light. For Liu, OT is not overtime, but for me, OT is overkill. Balanced life. For Maven, love that we give, more time to spend with family. Chloe Shaw, victory of light over the darkness. Goal is auspicious. And she mentioned about 2 words in Tamil I don't understand, so I texted Mahindran and asked, for your information, Wanakam is hi, Nandri is thank you in Tamil. For Madura, together, normally team is stand for together everyone achieve more. She changed to together everyone annoy me. And I love food, so I think this is a good word also. Food brings us together. Supa, open for criticism, contribute new things, lesson learned, team, be open, motivate idea. Hubert, pictures tell 1,000 words. Alicia Tay, speak it all. Goal is tangible, measurable. Taking time from goal, we know where we are and the direction. For Robert, how do we resolve conflict if there is conflict? Appreciate the fact, take the initiative. For poor usage of English, new guesses, the pronunciation should be new guess. They are actually they were celebrating. Different kind of food should be different types of food. Back to you.
Thank you very much. She really listened very well to all our words. All right. Before I continue with the next report from the timekeeper, may I invite every one of you to give a word to the best evaluator for today? The same slide go today. Back to my comment for Chloe, before I ask all the timekeeper, Chloe Chong. Chloe give a very detailed memorandum report because there's a quote by Bob Proctor here I have. Listening is the greatest compliment you can give to someone, and you have actually given all the attentive listening to the speakers here by becoming a grammarian and pointed out the words of the day and the best good usage of words and usage, incorrect usage of words in our speech. Thank you very much, Chloe, for giving this, taking this role. Thank you. May I now invite our timer for today? Timer is Winston So to give his timer report.
The meeting started at 12:32 p.m., slightly late by 2 minutes. Time allotted for ASAA 3 minutes, and he took 2 minutes. President took over 3 minutes and 59 seconds, and Mahindran TMD 6 minutes 6 seconds. Table topic speakers, the first, Felicia Day, 1 minute 25 seconds. Robert Ram, 1 minute 14 seconds. Liu Zhengjia, 1 minute 59 seconds. Mei Fen, 1 minute 50 seconds. And overall, the table topic session time allotted is 40 minutes, and the host section took 40 minutes and 26 seconds. Project speakers, first, Chloe Zhou. She took 5 minutes 11 seconds. Second speaker, Madura, 2 minutes 12 seconds. Pong Sokwa, 7 minutes and 55 seconds. Evaluation session by General Evaluator, 1 minute and 31 seconds. Evaluator table topic, Susie Choi. He took 3 minutes 15 seconds. First evaluator, Gilbert, 3 minutes 8 seconds. Second evaluator, Alicia, 2 minutes 57 seconds. Third evaluator, Robert, 3 minutes 8 seconds. Uncommon report, Savannah took 1 minute and 42 seconds. Chloe Chong Grammarian, 2 minutes 34 seconds. And myself is 1 minute and 40 seconds. Back to you.
Thank you for our timekeeper. He is the one who makes sure that all of you go back to work on time. All right, it's now my time to give a general evaluator report for this meeting. I will have 5 minutes, I think. I'll try to wrap up fast. First of all, I like the way the agenda was being prepared. May I know who prepared the agenda?
Our secretary.
Thank you very much. This is a good job. Very clear agenda. I received it first thing in the morning today, and there's only one change, which is the role Ina, and TME was quick to tell us Ina is taking over the accountant for the role today. I like your agenda that will include the DCP goals so that all the members are aware of this club so far has achieved how many goals, and I'm pretty sure by looking at the goal, end of this term is another year of President distinguished the status. Could give a round of applause to the start with injecting some humor in introducing the place and the washroom. It's very good. President opening message was related to the team, it's inspiring, and by telling us there is light inside ourselves. Thank you very much. TTL was creative with just a single word to make us more than normal. Just by knowing one word, and we are to be creative to tell a good short speech on our favorite topics. Food was nice, manner well presented. That's all I can comment with all the good things, and the clapping hands, which is good to energize the meeting. What I can suggest for improvement, SAA, perhaps you may want to remember to mention, avoid SRP topics. TME, when the speaker has hand over to you, when you take over from them, perhaps you can relate something about the speech that the speaker has just spoken, so that they feel being listened. Word of the day, people along this side may not be able to see the word of the day. There's something over here. What else? Yeah, so TME, we may also want to ask if any of the people in this room are first time or new guests. Did you check whether you got your card?
Yes.
Yeah, we check. Okay, that's good. So that when you know they are new guests, you would mention, emphasize more on what Toastmasters is all about. And also TMD may want to suggest, because I realize in this meeting, perhaps because of the time constraint, we will try not to read out all the speaker objectives and evaluators. Perhaps you may inform the audience to refer to the speech objective before the speaker starts the speech. All right. All in all, I enjoyed this meeting very much. Thank you very much for having me in the meeting. I hope I can come to this meeting again one more time. Thank you again for
Thank you, Jamie, for giving a very detailed evaluation of this overall meeting. Now, we shall move on to the next session, which is award session. For that, first I'm going to invite our president to come up here to. First, we start off with the table topic session. Drum roll, please. Mr. Robert Ram.
Sorry. Maybe.
Let's go for presentation. Let's move on for the next speaker. Drum roll, please. None other than Hong Suk-Hwa. Thank you. Last, for the best evaluator. Drum roll, please. Then we'd like to invite our dean for circle of discussion. Round of applause. Moving on, there are a few announcements. Next week, Thursday, we're going to have our joint meeting, special joint meeting with Satu Hati Toastmaster Club together with IJM Toastmasters. It's happened on 31st of October, Thursday, 7:30 to 10 p.m. And another one is our joint area C1, C2 contest, humor, speech and evaluation, happening on 2nd November, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Deloitte HDI. That's it. So that's all from me. Now I would like to hand over the session to our president for the closing address.
Wow, such an illuminating meeting. I think Mahendra has did a wonderful job by keeping you all Thank you so much for keeping all of us in the moments of Deepavali mood. And before I conclude our meeting today, I would like to wish all of us a happy holiday, and also those who are celebrating Deepavali, a happy Deepavali. Please visit your family members. And thank you to all the project speakers, especially Chloe Chow, who tell us what is Deepavali is, and also Hong Sukwa, who actually talk about the innovation which was done by innovation, which is entrepreneurship, which held last week. What's going to happen next week? So keep in touch with her. She's still looking for our role players and evaluators. So if you would like to attend our meeting, just contact her. So with that, I would like to end our meeting.
Can I say something before the meeting ends?
Yes.
Okay, can I say? So why is this about you? No, I want to say something about you. Okay, Robert Brown, he had given a very good suggestion for your personal improvement. But in terms of the project itself, I think she has met the objective completely. Because in the project objective, she just required to practice the skill to build a team and to host an event. That's all. It doesn't require her to do leadership, all these things, nothing. But it's good to be highlighted and use this one as a. But if let's say if I were that, I follow strictly on the objective. I want her to feel that she's actually had met the objective completely. And then to me, you have met more than the objective. That's it.
Thank you so much for your feedback, Michelle. All of us, we know that Chukwa has did a very good job because we were throughout with her throughout the session for 3 months. So now what Robert was saying was also a very good point, which is also like we wanted to take into account in our future projects as well. Thank you for all your feedback. Any more feedback from the guests?
Actually, I want to make an announcement.
Yes.
The yearly event for Toastmasters Club, the reverse meeting, is going to be on the 2nd Tuesday of December. It's on the 12th. Yes. So the reverse meeting is a meeting that we held annually since 2 years ago. And last year was, for some of you who went, last year it was a big packed. So now we are actually moved to a new meeting place, also within supplementary. And I will be sharing the details to your president and the media. So basically, the reverse meeting is a meeting for everyone to have fun. Yes, and how it works is actually the agenda will start from the evaluation session of the opening. Yes, so yeah, so it's purely just to have fun. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more from the floor? Sharon, do you have anything to say? Okay, so
Next Saturday, guess who is contesting?
Sukwa!
Sukwa.
Yes.
Yes. Shall we support her?
Yes.
Expecting stand from IJM. Everyone here. So please sign up, use the registration link under the Google form because the lot in the corporate office, so the security clearance is a bit slow. So if you provide them your name, your IT, it will be much faster. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for coming over for our meeting. So I officially end this meeting. Before we start, can we all take picture together?
Yeah, right.